I feel so exposed being out of my living room like this. Hey guys, so this is a little bit of an impromptu video. I definitely had no plans about talking about this film, and I'm not really going to get into it too much either. It's more that I am shocked and I needed to vent. My roommate and I on opening night saw the film Annihilation, and it's based off a novel, stars Natalie Portman and Oscar Isaac, and is kind of a sci-fi thriller kind of a deal. It's supposed to be some intrigue and amazing visuals, and it's not like I was pumped to see this movie, but you know, I needed something to do on a Thursday night. My roommate's channel for Worlds, by the way, has a full review on it, so go ahead and check that out if you're interested in a more in-depth analysis about the whole thing. Why I'm filming this right now is because we both left the theater like, He got home and he got on the computer and he was like, oh, guess what their Rotten Tomatoes score was? And I'm not the best at guessing that for movies, but I generally am always in the ballpark, and I was like, all right, let's give it a solid like 42, you know, below average, but not like 13 or 12 or anything like that. Oh my gosh, it's in the 90%. 90%. And the IMDb, I think he said, was like 7.5 too. Rotten Tomatoes it is what it is as a platform for these kind of things, but between that and IMDb, the fact that those two are even as high as they are just shocks me. Shocks me. And so when I see a critical score that is, especially if it's extremely high in a way that just doesn't make sense. I thought of this for The Last Jedi and for the rebooted Ghostbusters, where there's definitely there's definitely sneaky motives. And I was thinking, I was like, why in the world would these people give this movie such a high score? It had cool visuals. I feel like cool visuals is just a standard. CG is really, really good. Seeing something beautiful in film, especially if you're using a lot of computer animation, that's the baseline now. And for me, my eye could still tell what things were computer animated and like fake and kind of green screeny and what parts were real. So I wasn't even super immersed in the world that they were like trying to create for me. Yeah, of course everything's beautiful, it's fake. Really, there was only one cool creature, but there was like some creatures in it, which again, all CG, so I could tell they were fake. Design of them and the idea of them, except for one, wasn't that interesting, wasn't that cool. I've seen much better monster movies. And then there's alien stuff. Oh, that was almost cool and almost interesting. I was definitely the most interested in the movie for the last 10 minutes when they were really dealing with the alien stuff. There was no dialogue used and there was a lot of interesting visuals, but the alien design, God, it's just so lame. I feel like I see the same alien design in every single movie, where it's just gangly and no face or no like real defined features. Top to bottom, it's skin or whatever its outer appearances. It's all like one color. Oh, it's so boring. It felt like it was trying to be different, but I've seen all these ideas out there before. Better. I thought Natalie Portman was really good actually, but everyone else, especially the like main supporting lady army cast, especially there's this one girl, she's so annoying. So I kept trying to think, why would critics give it such a high score? Because it's not even art housey enough to just be like, it's so convoluted, there must be this deeper meaning to it. This one isn't even that cool. It was not weird enough. Only thing I could draw, and this was after thinking about it for a little bit, was that the cast was all ladies and all the characters were either military or a part of the stunt field. And I honestly think that's the only reason these scores are so high. Especially if you're a professionist who review movies, then you've seen all of these ideas before and better, and visuals before and better, and better acting and better characters and better writing. I can't help but feel like Hollywood is in this weird, super duper pro-woman vibe right now. Like I said, they're all women. All of them are in the STEM field, except for one who is a psychologist, and they spend the most of the movie walking around with machine guns. And I think for whatever reason, that is just screaming to everybody in Hollywood as being super pro-woman and super, I don't know, like feminist or something. And so they're like, well, if we give this a bad review, then we'll look anti-woman. Obviously, I don't know for sure if that's the case, but I can't think of any other reason why this would be given such a high score. You give it into like the 60th percentile, maybe a solid B-. I'm like, okay, I get that. I understand that. Obviously, assume this will vibe with some people more than others. Honestly, I think even like a 71 would be too high. It's just not that interesting. And of course, it's kind of annoying because now, well, is any movie that just features a majority female cast automatically going to make critics give it a higher score? Probably. I think everything is so politicized right now. It's just getting harder and harder to trust critics that are too involved in the Hollywood scene because they have to just be so careful. And kind of like the Star Wars thing too, where critics were giving it like 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. On what planet was that movie deserving 95%? But it's like, well, when Disney can pay you off, I mean. I more just wanted to throw that out there, see if maybe I'm crazy. Definitely leave comments down below if you agree or disagree with me, because honestly, if anybody can point out a reason why this movie deserves to be in the 90th percentile on Rotten Tomatoes, let me know. Maybe there is something super deep and interesting in it that I missed, but I just felt like I had to get that off my chest. So anyway, thanks for listening to me rant, guys, and I love you all so much, and please give it a thumbs up if you like this video so I know to make more like it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!